With the NFL finishing up their 100th season with Super Bowl 54 between the 49ers and Chiefs, we can go back and look at all the Super Bowl logos up to this point. The unveiling of a new Super Bowl logo used to be an exciting event, with each logo being unique in some way, like it including a famous landmark of the city it took place in, or something to do with the stadium it was played in. This tradition would happen every year from the first Super Bowl in 1967 to Super Bowl 44 in 2010. With Super Bowl 45, the NFL proved why it's sometimes called the No Fun League, when they unveiled a metallic-like logo featuring the Vince Lombardi trophy in front of a stadium that the Super Bowl was played in, and the Roman numerals for it underneath. This style for the logos would last all the way to Super Bowl 49, because for Super Bowl 50, the logo was made a little bit more interesting by adding the number 50 instead of the Roman numerals and actually returning some color to the logo using gold in the logo as an accent. It seems like NFL executives liked adding some color to the Super Bowl logo, because with Super Bowl 51, the logo would feature the Vince Lombardi trophy between the Roman numerals, still in the metallic style. However, now the logo would include a bolder color to accent the logo, like red in Super Bowl 51, a light blue color in Super Bowl 52, and a darker blue in Super Bowl 53 last year. And now we come to Super Bowl 54's logo. Like the previous three, the logo has metallic Roman numerals and the Vince Lombardi trophy above a teal colored bar. However, it looks like the NFL might be going back to custom Super Bowl logos, because the font style is not the same as the last few, and this logo even has a gold accent to add more interest to it. But still, I think the logo could use some more customization and maybe more references to the game that is held in Miami this year. So I scoured through the internet to find some Super Bowl 54 logo concepts that would be better than what the NFL chose to be the official logo of Super Bowl 54. Let's take a look at what I found. Now, the actual artist that made the Super Bowl 54 logo actually proposed 4 concepts to the league to choose from. Along with the official logo, he released the other 3 concepts. So Michael Irwin has actually worked with many large organizations and other sports teams and other teams in the NFL to design any campaigns they had or any logos. And for this year, he designed the Super Bowl for the NFL, as well as the official logo that he proposed. He actually proposed 3 other logos, and we can start with this one right here, which is really busy compared to any other Super Bowl logos in the past couple of decades. As we can see, it features the beach life of Miami with the palm trees and the sunset, the nightlife. Miami is known for their party atmosphere and their nightlife, so it has it in the top right corner with all the buildings and the lights, and it's kind of like the Miami Vice style. Also at the bottom, it features some waves. That's an homage to the ocean in Miami and just the tropical atmosphere. Overall, I think this logo is pretty busy. Wouldn't be my favorite for the Super Bowl, but obviously it's a little bit more interesting than what the NFL actually picked out. So I'm kind of indifferent about it, but let me know if you like this one. He also proposed this logo to the NFL, which just features a Lombardi trophy and then LIV for Super Bowl 54, and then Super Bowl really small in smaller font in the middle of it. And I actually like it a little bit better than the actual Super Bowl logo. It has, obviously, again, the beach, palm tree, and sunset at the bottom part, and the top of the logo has a few stars and it looks like the night sky. I guess another point to the Miami nightlife. And overall, I think this logo is actually just really clean, and it's bold and just very interesting, and I think it would be a great logo for the official Super Bowl. The final logo he proposed to the NFL that they didn't choose was this logo right here, and it's very white. It has a lot of white in it. For some reason, this design reminds me of something. I can't really think of it at this moment, but I have a feeling it's like some kind of reference to a building maybe in Miami. I'm not sure exactly. It has a few accent colors with the pink and the green. Overall, this logo is white. Not one of my favorites that he made, but it'd still be more interesting than any of the previous logos that the NFL chose. So I think this would be a viable option. Next up, another logo I found is kind of more of a package deal, and it features like multiple logos for the same event, and it's like alternates for the Super Bowl logo. But the main one right here is this one with the palm trees sticking out from the back of the Vince Lombardi trophy, and it's in this red and light blue Miami Vice color with some white and gray accents. and I really like the font in this. Although the logo is a little bit like skinny and very narrow, and the letters are somewhat small for the words in Super Bowl in Miami, I think it's a little bit better than the actual logo itself, and it would be way more interesting, and it kind of represents the city of Miami a little bit better. As like a secondary, the artist created this logo, which is just the Vince Lombardi trophy with the 2 palm trees. It's very basic, and it would be good in like artwork that is promoting the Super Bowl, but as an official logo, obviously not. But as a secondary, I think this logo is pretty cool, and it works because it's fairly minimal. So I think this is a pretty good logo. Finally, the third logo is also fairly simple. It's just Super Bowl LIV for 54 in the Roman numerals. It can be used in a lot of campaigns and artwork for the Super Bowl, promoting it and post Super Bowl. So overall, I think this concept, these 3 logo designs, are pretty good and a little bit better than the actual official Super Bowl 54 logo. This next logo that I found is actually in the style of like the Miami Dolphins team logo. It has the green color and the orange, and then the sun in the background that would usually be behind the dolphin, and then this one in this case has a palm tree in the green, and it just says Super Bowl LIV for Super Bowl 54. It's fairly minimalistic for a Super Bowl logo in my opinion, because it doesn't really feature much of the city, but it represents a lot of aspects of Miami, so I think this would be a good choice for a Super Bowl logo. Next up, this logo is in the Miami Vice style, the pink, white, and light blue. It's a very cool logo, and it has like a billboard type sign in the background which says Super Bowl, and on the bottom it looks like it's trying to resemble like a wave for the ocean, and then on the left side it has a cool palm tree. And overall, I think the design's really cool. It's a little bit different than what we've seen in the past, so I would be actually pretty cool with this logo being the official logo. For this Super Bowl logo, this is kind of in like a 1920s font style in my opinion, and it obviously has the Miami Vice colors, and I think maybe that has something to do with like the bootlegging stuff, especially in Miami. I know Al Capone definitely was there at one point. And this logo is very minimalistic, doesn't really represent Miami other than the colors really, but overall I think it's a cool idea. Probably not best to actually have it as the official logo, maybe a alternate logo or something for the Super Bowl, so that would be cool. For this logo, it's a little bit more unique than any of the other concepts I've really seen. It reminds me for some reason of like the army because of the green and yellow and white, but I don't think that's what the artist was going for. However, it's interesting because no other logo that I really saw on the internet really resembles anything like this, so this is definitely original and it's a little bit different, and different can be better sometimes. In this case, I don't think this would be a good option for the official NFL for the Super Bowl, but it's a good try, and it's an interesting idea and appealing to look at. This logo, once again, resembles the city of Miami with the palm tree leaves at the top, and then the colors, it looks to me more like the University of Miami in Florida. I'm not sure if that's what the artist was going for, but obviously he has the Vince Lombardi trophy and the Super Bowl and LIV for Super Bowl 54. So this is an interesting concept. I actually think it wouldn't be too bad as the official logo for the NFL. And I'm actually a big fan of the orange letters, and it's like several layers of the letters. I think it looks really cool, so I actually kind of like this logo. This Super Bowl 54 logo really looks futuristic to me because of the colors and the letter design. It's this orange or reddish color with the light blue. To my eyes, it looks a little bit too busy for my liking, but maybe you guys like it. So I pose you this question: what do you think about this logo specifically? It's definitely something different, and not many Super Bowl logos would ever have looked like this, but it's a cool concept and would be interesting as the official logo. This design is actually very bold and very big and just pops out at you when you look at it, with the multicolors, the yellow, the orange, the pink, the light blue. It's very bold, pops. I'm not sure what this exact style is supposed to resemble, but it does remind me of something that I can't put my finger on. But I do like how the LIV is just very big and bold. However, I don't like the cursive Super Bowl part, so I'm not the biggest fan of that, but you guys might like it. And I don't like this upside down trapezoid in the background of this logo. Not a big fan, but overall, it's an interesting logo to look at. This logo would actually be really interesting to see as the official Super Bowl logo, maybe if it was held in San Diego. But because it's held in Miami, I just don't think the color scheme of this logo really work. The yellow and blue just remind me too much of the Chargers. I don't know why, even though they don't even play in San Diego anymore. However, this could be a Super Bowl logo because it resembles the waves of Miami and the palm tree in the back. Nothing really about the nightlife in Miami, but this logo could represent the city, so I understand why the artist decided to make it. Finally, the last Super Bowl 54 logo concept that we're going to look at is this one right here. And to me, it looks exactly like the Spurs Fiesta colors and their design. It completely resembles that style. Maybe I'm missing something with this logo. Maybe it's supposed to be something to do with Miami, but that's all I see is the Spurs Fiesta colors. And as a Super Bowl logo itself, I don't think it would be best for the NFL to implement something like this. But as an art idea and a concept for a logo, it's very interesting and fairly innovative. So I could respect that. However, I don't think it would be best for an official Super Bowl logo. So here's some cool Super Bowl 54 logo concepts. Comment down below which one is your favorite and what you think the logo for Super Bowl 55 next year should look like. Thank you for watching.